Chapter 11. Simple Machines. We will learn about what a machine is, simple machines. In our day-to-day life, we use various tools like tongs, scissors, knives, etc. These tools make us do our work conveniently and efficiently. Let us talk about them in detail. What a machine is. We usually think of a machine as a complicated device with many parts powered by some sort of engine or by electricity. But actually, a machine is a tool that makes our work easier. It cannot change the amount of work, but reduces the efforts required to achieve it. For example, we may have difficulty in lifting a heavy box with our hands, but we can lift it with a machine easily. The amount of work done in both the cases is same, but a machine permits us to use less effort. Thus, the law of machines states that the work output of a machine is always equal to the work input. Machines do not work themselves. They only help us in doing the work. Hammer, bottle opener, wrench, screw, scissors, pulley. These are some machines. Simple machines. The machines that have fewer parts and use muscular force to function are the simple machines. There are 6 kinds of simple machines. Let us learn about them. Knowledge hunter. Simple machines were first discovered and described by the Greek philosopher Archimedes. Lever. A lever is a simple machine used to lift heavy weights with minimum effort. The tools which we use every day like scissors, pliers, bottle openers, hammers and forceps are all examples of levers. A lever is a rigid long bar or rod that rests and moves freely around a fixed point or support. The object to be moved with a lever is called the load. The force required to move it is called the effort. The support or pivot around which the rod moves freely is called the fulcrum. Levers are classified into 3 classes on the basis of the position of load, effort and fulcrum. First class lever. In this type of lever, the fulcrum, that is F, is placed between the load, which is the L, and the effort, that is E. Scissors, claw hammers, crowbars, pliers, etc. are examples of first class lever. Second class lever. In this type of lever, the load, that is L, is placed between the fulcrum F and the effort E. Wheelbarrows, bottle openers, nutcrackers and carts are examples of second class lever. Third class lever. In this type of lever, the effort, which is the E, is placed between the fulcrum F and the load L. Fishing rods, forceps and tongs are examples of third class lever. Inclined plane. An inclined plane is a sloping or slanting surface that connects a lower level to a higher level. It helps to move heavier objects to a height with lesser effort. An inclined plane does not reduce the amount of work done but makes it easier to do. Workers use a plank as an inclined plane to load or unload a truck. Roads in hilly areas have gradual slopes so that vehicles may ascend the hill safely. A slide is also an inclined plane. Wedge. A wedge is a pair of inclined plane attached back to back. Instead of pushing a load up the incline, the entire wedge is driven under or into the load as shown in the diagram. When we use a wedge, the effort, that is the E, is applied to the head or thick end and the load acts against the long sloping slide. The wedge is helpful in separating 2 objects that are held together by a great force. Knowledge hunter. The oldest known machines are the wedge, lever and inclined planes. They were used by the people of the Stone Age. The wheel was a later invention and was not in common use until about 5,000 years ago. Screw. A screw is a simple machine that has an inclined plane wrapped around the rod spirally. Screws are used widely to apply tremendous force with very little efforts. There are many kinds of screws. In a wood screw, the central shaft is tapered. In machine screws, the shaft is a straight cylinder. A jack screw is used to lift a car or bus to change its tires. The screw is turned by applying effort to the end of a long handle. Every time the handle makes one revolution, the screw does likewise. It helps a person to lift a very heavy vehicle. Wheel and axle. The wheel itself is not a simple machine. It becomes one only when a rod or an axle is attached to it. It helps us to move heavy loads very easily. The wheel with axle is used in every vehicle, grinding machines and sewing machines. A wheel with teeth cut into its outer edge is called a gear. When the teeth of two gears get meshed together, one gear turns the other. Each gear is attached to a shaft. One supplies the effort and the other moves the load. Thus, a pair of gears does the same job as the wheel and axle. Gears are almost found in all modern machines. Pulley. A pulley consists of a small wheel with a groove around its outer edge. A rope of chain wrapped around the grooved wheel is used to lift heavy loads. There are two types of pulleys. Fixed pulley. In a fixed pulley, the pulley does not move as the wheel is fixed to some support like a hook or a wall, and a rope is passed over the wheel. One end of the rope is attached to the load, which is the L, and effort, which is E, is applied to the other end. Fixed pulleys are used for drawing water from a well or on a flagpole to hoist a flag. Movable pulley. In a movable pulley, the pulley is free to move up and down. It is attached to a ceiling or other object by two lengths of the same rope. This pulley reduces the effort used to pull load. It is used in construction cranes, modern elevators, and certain types of weight-lifting machines at the gym. Knowledge hunter. More than 2000 years ago, King Heron of Syracuse challenged the great scientist Archimedes to show what simple machines could do. Archimedes accepted the challenge. He made a system of pulleys and lifted a ship out of water on the land without any help. Keywords. Machine, a tool that makes our work easier. Load, the object to be moved. Effort, the force required to move the load. Inclined plane, a sloping surface. Fulcrum, around which the rod moves freely. I should remember. A machine is a device that helps to do some work. There are 6 kinds of simple machines: lever, inclined plane, wedge, screw, wheel and axle, and pulley. There are 3 types of levers: lever of class 1, 2, and 3. There are 2 types of pulleys: fixed pulley and movable pulley.